What up everyone, it's your guy Memo and welcome to another episode of Sonic Frontiers. So in my last video I just solved one island mystery that was right here. So yeah, it was a music machine and I had to recreate the song it played using the 3 keys and then it would get that gate open. So yeah, I guess that's for anyone who wishes to get to the other side of the gate if they don't already have fast travel to the Hermit Cocoa that's on the other side or to the portal that's there too. Right, so yeah, now I've pretty much completed everything on Uranus Island. I mean, look, I've completed every side activity, got every collectible. Yeah, there's the 2 memory tokens inside the temple and the white Chaos Emerald, but that's it. When I get these, then I get to go fight the last Titan that's on this island. But yeah, other than that, I've completed pretty much everything on this island. Every side mission, I got every collectible. Yeah, I pretty much completed everything. Yeah, there's still one last thing that I haven't looked at. And yeah, it's not required, but I'm sure it will still be fun. And that is to go in the fishing portal and look at the Fish-o-pedia, because I haven't looked at those yet. So yeah, in the Fish-o-pedia there's the actual Fish-o-pedia with every fish and every object I've ever collected from the fishing portals. And then there's another page with all the Egg Memos that I bought, which shows every voice message that Eggman made while he was in cyberspace.
Hey, Sonic.
So yeah, now we've arrived at the fishing portal now. Let's see. So yeah, I've completed everything else here. I've gone fishing, I bought everything from the shop. So yeah, look, I've bought everything here. Everything is sold out. Well, except the Lost Cocoa. I can still buy as many of those as I want, but I've already maxed out all of Sonic's stats, so I don't really need this.
You like to try?
Yeah, then I've also played the barbecue spit. Yeah, that's it. Now the last thing to do is look at the Fish-o-pedia that's here. So yeah, let's go in here and we'll see what there is to look at. And then after I'm done looking at the Fish-o-pedia, then I'll go inside the temple and collect the white Chaos Emerald and go fight the last Titan. Okay, so look, there's the actual Fish-o-pedia with every fish and every object I've ever found in the fishing portals from Cronus Island, Rest Island, Chaos Island, and Uranus Island. Then there's the voice logs tab with all the Egg Memos that I bought earlier. I don't know how many of these there are, but in this video I'm going to listen to every Egg Memo in the voice logs, and then in the next video I'll look at the Fish-o-pedia, and then I'm pretty much done here. Then I'll go collect the white Chaos Emerald and fight the last Titan. Alright, let's go ahead and listen to the first Egg Memo.
Some force is keeping me from exiting cyberspace. Is it because my AI made unauthorized access to the databases? If so, that's the exact opposite of what it was supposed to do.
Okay, that's interesting. So when I scroll down on the left column with all the Egg Memos, then it plays the audio file that's attached to it. And while listening to the file, then I can also read what it said on the right column. Cool. Okay, so that's Egg Memo number 1. It's from when Eggman got trapped in cyberspace when he first arrived on the Starfall Islands. Okay, let's listen to Egg Memo number 2.
What a gun military craft doing in here? Sage has helped me avoid the worst of it, and it doesn't appear to be manned. Is it a defense mechanism? I need to learn more.
Okay, that's gotta be from that one cutscene on Chaos Island. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I was either collecting a Chaos Emerald or I was playing through a cyberspace portal. And after I completed it, then there was a cutscene of Eggman in cyberspace being cornered by a gun. Yeah, there were lots of tanks and helicopters, and then Sage had saved him.
The terrain here keeps shifting. I'm finding recreations of regions from South Island, West Side Island, even Angel Island. Where is this environmental data coming from?
Okay, so it looks like Eggman noticed it too. Every time the environment kept changing from South Island to West Side Island and Angel Island and possibly more areas too. And I guess that environmental shifting came from every time Sonic had entered cyberspace. I'm guessing it occurred every time Sonic had interacted with cyberspace. So yeah, if I remember correctly, in one of the side stories with Sage, she mentioned that the cyberspace portals has an algorithm that looks at the user's memories and applies it to every simulation so that the user can understand it better and escape every time. And it happens every time the user enters cyberspace or interacts with it. And yeah, most of the information the algorithm found in Sonic's memories were based on events from previous games where he visited certain areas like Green Hill or the Chemical Plant or Radical Highway or Sky Sanctuary, for example. And yeah, it applied that information to the simulations in every level so that Sonic could escape every time. So yeah, it sounds like Eggman had noticed the environment shifting every time Sonic had entered.
I found elements from my own EggNet, the United Federation, even planet Donpa Kingdom race data. As best as I can surmise, this cyberspace extends well beyond the scope of these islands and is gaining information from around the world. Fascinating.
So yeah, like I just said, the cyberspace algorithm looks at information from the user's memories and their brain and applies all that information to every simulation. So yeah, like this information about, and these elements about the EggNet, the United Federation, and Planet Donpa Kingdom from Team Sonic Racing must have came from Sonic's memories at some points from when he interacted with cyberspace. Oh wait, but the EggNet was also there. So yeah, maybe some of these elements could have came from Eggman's memories too, from when he got trapped into cyberspace when he tried to interact with it at the start of the game. Interesting.
I am officially jealous. This entire expanse was constructed by the ancient race who had previously settled on these islands. The level of technology they employ is completely alien to me, so I can't salvage it. Yet.
Well, good luck with that, Eggman. I'm pretty sure Sage mentioned that the information the ancients uploaded to cyberspace was limited, so that anyone who can't be trusted can't access that information. So yeah, I'm pretty sure if Eggman tried to salvage that data, he wouldn't find anything, because he can't be trusted with that info. Or he wouldn't find a lot of information that would be useful to him. And yeah, he said the technology is alien to him. Well, that's because it was literally created by aliens and it's from an alien planet in a galaxy far, far away. Alright, let's look at Egg Memo number 6.
It appears the Starfall Islands act as the CPU for cyberspace. Once I'm out of here, I need to secure them at all costs. I'm not able to access the data too readily, but it appears the entire history of the ancients is recorded here in cyberspace. More than that, they logged their memories, their desires. It's almost like they encoded their very souls into this place. Now then, how can I use that to my benefit?
Well, like I just said, the ancients had restricted the information they uploaded. So yeah, even if Eggman was able to access the cyberspace portal somehow without getting trapped again, I'm pretty sure that he won't find any information in the portals because of the restrictions the ancients had set for him and other people like him too. Or Eggman won't find any information that's useful to him, like he'll find something but it's not anything useful for his evil plans.
Who were the ancients? They predate any civilization by a wide margin. The Echidnas? The Black Arms? Please. The Babylonians? Hardly. And yet they didn't seem to influence the world beyond these 3 piddly islands. Why? What stopped them from conquering the world?
Whoa, the ancients seem really ancient. I mean, they predate every other civilization in Sonic. The Echidnas, the Black Arms from Shadow the Hedgehog, and even the Babylonians from Sonic Riders. That is insane. And yeah, I can mention a few reasons why the ancients didn't conquer the world. 1, maybe they didn't want to do that. 2, they were wiped out long ago. And 3, Sage mentioned that they had a hard time adjusting to Earth anyway when they moved here, because she said their settlements were constantly under revision, something about their technology not being compatible with the place, and them struggling to adjust to the terrain, and a couple of other reasons.
I'm finding multiple connections between the Ancients and the Chaos Emeralds. Their technology seems built with the Emeralds in mind. It's almost like they share the same origin. I enjoy a good mystery, but not when the answers are more mysteries.
Well, that's because the Ancients and the Chaos Emeralds do share the same origin. According to Sage and the flashback scenes, the Chaos Emeralds are native to the Ancients' home planet, and they had used the Chaos Emeralds as the center of power for their technology on the Starfall Islands. And at some point after the Ancients were wiped out, the Chaos Emeralds were taken to another land where Sonic and his friends and Eggman had found them, and then Sage drew them back here to stop the Ancients' enemy.
The Ancients seem to have employed a set of strange icons as keepsakes or totems. That same imagery is being used by the Coco running around the islands. Did the Coco inspire the Ancients? Or did the Coco adopt the leftovers once the Ancients were gone?
According to Sage, the Coco used to be lucky charms for the Ancients, and they weren't originally designed to keep their hopes and their dreams and their wills, but somehow in the present, the Coco seems to have all the memories of the Ancients. So yeah, either the Ancients had changed the Coco, or the Coco came alive on their own. Okay, let's take a look at the next note.
Something wiped out the Ancients, that's for certain. A catastrophic event caused dire environmental shifts across the islands. It appears they made some effort to rebuild, but they were living on borrowed time. They died out within a generation.
Well, the island's environments did change a lot during the battle, that's for sure, especially on Chaos Island. According to the flashbacks, Chaos Island used to be a very fertile island, just like the others, but after the battle, it became a volcanic island with a rocky environment and lava, and almost no grass or water in sight, except on that one oasis.
I don't believe this. I had Sage run a diagnostic on the recorded genetic data of the Ancients, and then against archives I have with me. They're relatives of Chaos, the god of destruction. After countless years, their DNA corroded to the point they were completely transformed into a new species. Some kind of radiation affected them for eons, making them unrecognizable. Except to a genius like me.
Oh, so the Ancients and Chaos are related. Interesting. So yeah, I noticed in the flashbacks, the Ancients were made of water, and they did look like Chaos, so up until this point, I always assumed maybe they were somehow connected, and their origins were the same, and maybe they were related, but yeah, it looks like they actually are, according to Eggman and Sage. Interesting. Yeah, I also wondered how the Ancients were calmer and less hostile than Chaos was in Sonic Adventure. Yeah, I guess all that happened because of all that stuff with the Echidnas and Tikal and the Master Emerald in Sonic Adventure. Yeah. Anyway, this is interesting. So the Ancients and Chaos are related. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the the next Egg Memo.
I'm deploying my most advanced artificial intelligence into the ancient network spanning the Starfall Islands. I've codenamed it Sage. Sage will take over the alien network, take control of all its resources, and give them to me. Once I'm out of here.
Okay, so that's how Sage knows a lot about the ancients. I mean, yeah, on Kronos Island when Sage first arrived, when she took control of the Giganto-Titan and made it attack Sonic. Yeah, at first I thought she was a survivor of the ancients' time. Yeah, that was before it was revealed that she was an AI program working for Eggman that was hacking the ancients' technology and taking control of their robots and their resources, and was just relaying that information to Eggman, and also keeping him updated on Sonic's whereabouts and what he is up to on the Starfall Islands. So yeah, now let's go ahead and look at the next Egg Memo.
Sage is performing at peak efficiency. Makes me wonder where I went wrong with Orbot and Cubot. Not only is she taking control of the Ancients network, but she's harassing Sonic as well. I love it!
And what about Metal Sonic? I mean, he was pretty much doing the same thing. He took control of Eggman's robot army for some time, and also was harassing Sonic and his friends on his own, under Eggman's control, and even when he went rogue in Sonic Heroes and became Neo Metal Sonic and the Metal Overlord. Not even Eggman could stop him. Yeah, I guess maybe Eggman considers Sage and Metal Sonic his two best creations. But yeah, I guess Eggman didn't want Sage going rogue the way Metal did in Sonic Heroes, so yeah. Alright, let's look at the next Egg Memo.
Despite her best efforts, Sage can't seem to control the Titans. Phooey. She can prompt them to act, but something is blocking her from assuming total control.
Yeah, Sage mentioned that on Arrest Island and on Uranus Island. On Arrest Island, she said while she couldn't fully control the Wyvern Titan, she could only awaken its rage against Sonic. So she can prompt it to attack Sonic but not assume full control of it. And on Uranus Island, when Sonic asked her if she could take control of the last Titan the way she did with the others, she said she made multiple attempts but all failed. Well, I guess maybe she can't prompt it to just deactivate, since she's not going to make it attack Sonic anymore, since they're on the same team. But yeah, I wonder what's blocking her from assuming total control over the last one.
Sage keeps running the numbers by me, and it's getting tedious. Yes, the power that wiped out the Ancients was formidable. Yes, unleashing it on this world would be catastrophic. But I'm a genius! Once I'm out of here, I'll find a way to handle it. Better yet, weaponize it against Sonic.
So Eggman was gonna try unleash the Ancients' enemy onto the world, despite Sage's warnings not to do it. I mean, she just said that the power that wiped out the Ancients was formidable and unleashing it onto the world would be catastrophic. But Eggman thinks he can weaponize it against Sonic. I mean, how does he think this is going to be any different to the time when he tried to take control of Dark Gaia in Sonic Unleashed? I mean, he literally broke the whole planet apart just to unleash Dark Gaia, and then weaponized it against Sonic. And when he found Dark Gaia and tried to get it to attack Sonic, guess what? Dark Gaia attacked Eggman instead, and went after Sonic on its own. And even Sonic was still able to stop it with Chip, aka Light Gaia's help. So yeah, how does Eggman think unleashing the Ancients' enemy will be any different to when he unleashed Dark Gaia and tried to make it attack Sonic? Yeah, I agree. I don't think it will be any different to that situation.
Sage has been crucial to my survival here in cyberspace. Early warnings of hostile entities, guiding me past firewalls, keeping me updated on progress in the real world. She's the best. It's a program. An adorable program, a very personable program. I wonder if she has a preference.
Preference? What kind of preference was Eggman talking about? I'm confused. What was that all about? Anyway, let's go look at the next Egg Memo. Egg Memo number 17.
I never really knew my cousin Maria. Everyone spoke of her like she was very special. All that love for someone who was gone when I was right there. But I have to wonder, back then, was she anything like Sage is now?
Wow, this Egg Memo was pretty deep. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting anything like this to come up. I mean, Eggman's entire family only paying attention to Maria and just ignoring him even when he's still there, that's just messed up. I mean, now I'm beginning to understand why Eggman is the way he is in the games and in the movies. I mean, earlier this year when I went to watch Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with my brother and my friends, and when I saw the scene of Gerald telling Eggman he's no Maria, I immediately thought, that's messed up. I mean, all Gerald cared about was avenging Maria and not bonding with Ivo. That's just messed up. Yeah, I also immediately thought of this Egg Memo from Sonic Frontiers where Eggman talks about Maria. I saw this in a video, and when I went to watch Sonic 3, I immediately thought of this Egg Memo in that video that I saw. Man, now I'm beginning to understand why Eggman is the way he is, with being overshadowed by Maria, even though she's long gone. That's gotta sting. And yeah, the part where he asks if she's anything like Sage is now, yeah, I'd say Sage is a lot like Maria. They have a lot in common. Alright, let's look at the next Egg Memo.
Sage told the funniest joke during her report. How fast can Sonic screw things up? Instantly, he's the fastest thing alive. I tell you, she's a chip off the old block. Well, for a program, I mean. It's not like she's alive. Or family, or...
So Eggman does see Sage as family. Nice. And yeah, I'm sure Sage sees it the same way. I'm sure she also sees him as family. Especially in that one cutscene on Chaos Island where she was listening in to Sonic and Tails' conversation about Tails wanting to go be his own hero, and then she started crying and thinking about all the time she saved Eggman in cyberspace because she didn't want to lose him to the Ancient's enemy or to the dangers in cyberspace. Yeah, I'd say Sage and Eggman deserve each other as family.
Who says I can't create life, huh? Just a bunch of proteins bumping together, anyone can do that. A true genius does it with code and electrons. And if I did create life, she would be brilliant and loyal and perfectly effective. And you know why? Because her dad is a genius, that's why.
Well, this one was just sweet. And so are the others, where he talks about Sage and about her being like family to him. Yeah, all these Egg Memos have been interesting to listen to. Especially these ones where he talks about Sage. And where he talks about her being like family to him. These are my favorite ones. Alright, let's go look at the next Egg Memo.
Sonic's on the island. Of course Sonic is on the island. I can't remember the last time I had a good night's scheme without him ruining it. Still, for a purely organic creature, obtaining Mach 1 of his own volition is impressive. I'm man enough to admit that.
Yeah, I agree, it is impressive for Sonic to be able to obtain Mach 1, or in other words, the speed of sound on his own.
It's Sonic who named me Eggman. Except the joke's on him. I embraced the name. I made it my own. His mockery is now a name feared across the ages. I'm not going to adopt Baldy McNose here, though. My dignity has limits.
So Sonic calls Dr. Robotnik Eggman, and the name stuck. But when Sonic calls him Baldy McNosehair, possibly the silliest nickname in existence to ever exist, he immediately rejects that name, like any self-respecting man would, including me. Yeah, I'd do the same if I were him. I mean, I'm fine with Eggman, but Baldy McNosehair just sounds too silly for a nickname. Alright, let's go look at the next Egg Memo. I wonder how many of these are left.
It appears Amy Rose has been dragged into the mix. Clever girl. Tenacious. She's come a long way since being an easy pawn in my schemes to ensnare Sonic. It seems like she had some trouble finding herself. But when you hang around with someone with as big an ego as Sonic, self-identification has to be a challenge.
Yeah, Amy definitely has come a long way from being an easy pawn in Eggman's schemes to ensnare Sonic, and also from being the fangirl with a crush on Sonic and obsessed with him to the point where she stalks him and follows him around everywhere, to the point where sometimes she gets kidnapped by Eggman or by one of Eggman's robots. Yeah, nowadays she seems to be more respectful of Sonic's space, and she's not stalking him around anymore. And yeah, now Sonic also has improved. I mean, he's also not running away from her all the time like he used to in the classic era and in the early Sonic games before Frontiers. Yeah, I mean, now he's actually been accepting her attention. So yeah, they've both improved a lot. Alright, let's go look at the next Egg Memo. Egg Memo 23.
Knuckles is here too? What a rube. That hair trigger of his is a problem, but also a boon when I can get him to go off in the right direction. Wait, if he's here, that means the Master Emerald is unguarded. Its power will be mine! Oh, no wait. I'm stuck here. Phooey.
So Eggman had found out Knuckles was here on the Starfall Islands and not guarding the Master Emerald on Angel Island, and then Eggman saw this as an opportunity to steal the Master Emerald. But then he remembered he was stuck in cyberspace, so he couldn't get it. That's hilarious. Eggman can't get the Master Emerald even when Knuckles isn't guarding it. Alright, so far Eggman said something about Amy and about Knuckles and Sonic. Is he gonna say anything about Tails in the next voice notes?
Sonic's here, so it's no surprise Tails is too. It's a pity. Young Prower has a keen mind and loads of potential, yet he's fixated on worshipping Sonic. And again, maybe that's for the best. Given all the trouble he gave me in Station Square and on the Ark, I think I prefer him wasting his potential lingering in Sonic's shadow.
Yeah, Tails has a lot of potential here. I mean, he's a genius like Eggman. He's fast like Sonic, and he can fly with his two tails. Yeah, I mean, if Tails decided to stop hanging around Sonic most of the time and actually went out on his own to be his own hero and reach his potential, I'm sure Tails would become an even bigger threat to Eggman, even bigger than Sonic or Shadow. Yeah, I mean, Tails has talked about becoming more independent and possibly being his own hero on Chaos Island earlier in this game. So yeah, I guess maybe that actually could happen, with Tails actually being his own hero and being an even bigger threat to Eggman than Sonic and Shadow. Alright, so let's take a look. Are there any more Egg Memos after that? Okay, I'm scrolling down, but nothing's happening. Okay, so I guess that's it. Now, let me go back. Okay, so now we're back and we're at the bottom. Okay, so that's all the Egg Memos. Okay, so now I've listened to all 24 Egg Memos. Awesome. Okay, so these Egg Memos were very interesting to listen to. I mean, the first half was him talking about the Ancients and learning more about the Ancients and their connection to Chaos and the Chaos Emeralds and what happened to them. And then the rest of it was him talking about Sage and Sonic and his friends, which was also pretty interesting to listen to. Yeah, all these Egg Memos were really interesting to listen to. Alright, and now the last thing to look at is the Fish-o-pedia, showing all the fish and every object I've ever caught from the fishing portals in this game. Okay, so I would look at it now, but I don't have a lot of time. So yeah, I think I'll just stop recording here and I'll look at the Fish-o-pedia in another video. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.